Welcome to the University of Rakamba, where knowledge is power for yourself. In today's topic, we are going to cover the levels of life organization. And by the end of the lesson, you should be able to describe the basic architecture of living organisms. That is, how organisms' smallest parts are assembled into the most complex and larger structures. The levels of life organizations in living organisms increases in complexity from subatomic particles through atoms, molecules, organelles, cells, tissues, organs, organ systems, organisms, population, community, ecosystem, and biosphere. An atom is the basic building block of matter. It consists of a central nucleus that is surrounded by one or more negatively charged electrons. The nucleus is positively charged and contains one or more heavy subparticles known as protons and neutrons. Molecules are made of one or more atoms, and biological molecules are made of many thousands of atoms. For example, water, vitamin C, carbohydrates, for example, the glucose, proteins, for example, blood hemoglobin, lipids, for example, triglycerides, and DNA. A collection of these molecules forms structures called organelles. For example, the cytoplasm, the gel liquid composed of water, salts, and various organic molecules. The nucleus, the organelle that contains thread-like structures called chromosomes. The cell membrane, the organelle that separates the interior from the outside environment. The cellulose cell wall, the tough and flexible outermost covering of a plant cell. The mitochondria, the membrane-bound cell organelle that generates most of the chemical energy. The vacuole, the organelle for the storage and disposal of various substances. And the chloroplast, the organelle in plants that converts light energy of the sun into the sugar. A collection of these organelles forms the smallest independent functioning units of living organisms called cells. Animal cell and plant cell are good examples. The cytoplasm is the medium for the chemical reaction in the cell. The nucleus controls all cell activities and stores DNA. The cell membrane regulates the movement of materials in and out of the cell. The cell wall provides strength and protection to the cell. The mitochondria is the powerhouse for energy production. The vacuole helps maintain the water balance, and the chloroplast used for photosynthesis. A collection of cells working on a specific function forms tissues. For example, the cardiac tissue of the heart. Others include the xylem and the phloem tissues in plants. A collection of tissues joined in a structure unit to serve a specific function is called an organ. For example, the heart. Others include the lungs, kidney, leaves, and stems in plants. A collection of several organs working together to perform a specific function is called an organ system. For example, the circulatory system. Others include the nervous system, the breathing system, the digestive system, and the transport system in plants. An individual with a collection of several organ systems working together to perform a specific function necessary for life is called an organism. And all the organisms of the same species forms the population. Different populations in an area forms the community. For example, the population of the white and the yellow birds. The living and non-living things in an area forms an ecosystem. For example, the lake. And all of the environments on Earth that support life forms the biosphere. For example, the oceans, the forests, the swamps, and others. Last but not least, log in at rwakamba.com and grab a copy of your notes. And if you find this video useful, kindly consider to subscribe and give it a like.